Taurus, hello my darlings, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of the 18th. I did get that right, I got it wrong for poor old Sagittarius. Let's have a look. I've got a card from from the Chakra Insight Oracle. You have personal boundaries, choice, assertiveness, empowerment, and authenticity. Okay. So this is going to go in the center as a bit of a central theme for us for the week. And I'm going to be getting a card out from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards as well. Let's see what's going on for you. I do hope you've had a good week. There's far too many cards there. One of them will come out again if it is needed. Thank you. Now you do have Kali. You have endings and beginnings. The old must be released so a new can enter. Interesting. Let's see what cards come out for you to support that message. Oh, wow. All right. You've got the Four of Wands. Interesting. Really interesting. Okay. I would not have expected that card. Okay. I will reserve judgment on the energy that's coming through there because I need a few more cards. That's just quite unusual. I can absolutely see a relationship between these two cards. I have that Four of Wands there. It's a little bit, All right. So the main part of the reading, I'm going to be using the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chrysanne. As always, I have connected into my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors who love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. I do invite you to do the same if you would like. Saying to one of the other cards, I had 2 weeks off with a virus. You probably hear that I'm still all stuffed up. And it seems like I can't shuffle after 2 weeks. It's crazy. All right, let's get it together, Taurus. Okay. So coming into the week with the energy of the Five of Swords. Taurus, what have you got going on? The next card out I'm going to be looking for is in the position of obstacles or blocks for the week for you. I'm having trouble getting my words out for you guys today as well. Well, for only you guys, Taurus, not for the other ones. So I'm not sure what that's about. And that could be about personal boundaries. Could be about speaking your truth. Maybe not confidently speaking your truth. One of the words on that personal boundaries card is assertiveness. So I do feel like maybe there's some hesitation in you confidently speaking your truth. You have the Three of Cups in the position of obstacles or blocks this week. Interesting card for that placement, but we don't necessarily take the placements to be, set in concrete. We take them as they kind of fit together as a whole story. So we'll see how that does fit in, because that's generally a really great card. So let's see. Next cards out, we've got 3. So we are going to take the Seven of Pentacles for strengths, gifts, or a surprise for you this week. I'm going to take this next card is the Page of Swords in the position of your health. And that's body, mind, and soul. And the next card out is you've got the Four of Wands again. This is in the position of your relationships. Okay. Now I am looking for just 2 more cards. I'm looking for a card that represents career and finances. So it's actually going to be both of those 2. And the final card for the energy towards the end of the week, our outgoing energies position taking us into the next week is the Six of Wands. So I did miss, apologies, I did miss the career and finance card. So let me hold those up for you. You have the Ten of Pentacles and the Fool 2.0. Okay. So let's zoom out, have a look at what's going on. It's really interesting because it's a very split reading. On one level, you've got this very you know, the Five of Swords is sometimes this challenging energy. It can even be conflict, and it can be, you know, where you may need to stand your ground on something, and it can be where you need to assert yourself and put those personal boundaries in place. And, you know, Kali is an absolute, you know, like she's an absolute expert in defining those boundaries and in asserting her position and kind of, you know, coming in and clearing out what's not working, so that new beginnings can come into play. So I do feel like, you know, this Four of Wands, you've got it twice, and the Four of Wands can be can indicate a contract, a marriage, some sort of celebration, an engagement, a reunion. And particularly with the Three of Cups there's certainly this sense that there's some sort of celebration in terms of maybe a relationship, but there's also this idea about having to assert yourself with boundaries. So I feel like they're actually two separate stories, and it feels like this boundaries, this endings and beginnings, is about letting go of past. I feel like if you're moving forward with someone, I feel like there's someone else in the wings that's just kind of like nagging and like, oh no, you can't be with them. You need to be with me. And, you know, and it's confusing. It may be confusing you, but the message I'm getting here is that you've really got to assert your position in terms of whatever it is that old relationship is kind of holding on to you. I don't know. Yeah. I'm probably not making a lot of sense, but, and, you know, you've got the Seven of Pentacles here as well. And this is really a card of about, you know, it's about culling as well. It's about figuring out what's working and focusing what's not working, getting rid of what's not working, focusing what is working. So it really is about, you know, pulling out the weeds from your harvest, because you don't want the weeds in the harvest. You just want the beautiful sunflowers. So pull out those weeds from past relationships so that you can move confidently into a much more nourishing, joyful, abundant place, a place that's, you know, full of passion and excitement and, you know, and a very solid, stable place as well. You know, the fours are a very solid foundation. So, you know, there's all this celebration in those cards, and I feel like Kali particularly is asking you to be strong in those boundaries with old relationships so that you can allow yourself that space to move into something new. Okay, yeah. And then maybe, because this energy of the Five of Swords is the energy coming into the week, this might be very present in what's going on for you right now. And so I feel like you can't really avoid it. Like often with this Five of Swords, I'll often say, look, are you really up for the fight? Like, look at the discrepancy between these two. And do you really want to bother fighting this pesky little mouse? Or can you just like walk away? But I feel like for some reason you can't just walk away. I feel like you've actually got to assert yourself somehow. You know, that personal boundaries card is very strong there as the central theme. And Kali's very, very strong, obviously, in terms of clearing out the old so that new can enter in. Okay. Let's have a look at what else is going on. As I said, that Five of Swords energy coming into the week does indicate that, you know, there's some sort of potential conflict or challenge that you might be coming into the week with. That Three of Cups is in the position of obstacles or blocks. Look, this, you know, sometimes I see this card obviously as a group of friends that are celebrating. It could be that this conflict could be, because it's sitting in that position of obstacles or blocks, it could be that this conflict relates to a friendship group from the past. So that could be how it fits in with this situation. So that's where you might feel a little bit torn on how you can assert yourself, because this person was once, you know, someone that you used to have a great time with. So, but for some reason, whatever that reason is, that person has been left behind, and you need to focus on moving forward. You know, the river only moves forward. So don't worry about the stuff that you've left behind. Just focus on what's in front of you, or even less, focus on the now. But, you know, we won't get into that. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles, I did speak about this just a fraction, but it is really about looking at what is working in your life and kind of, you know, taking out the stuff that's not working, focusing on what is. And this is in the position of your strength this week. So it might be your strength this week is really looking at how you can best move forward, how you can best, how you can have the best harvest come out of what you're putting in. So what you put in is what you're going to get out. So yeah, it's about recognizing that strength in yourself, that that you're in control of how the harvest is going to look at the end of the day. The Page of Swords is in the position of body, mind, and soul. Okay, so the health position. Interesting placement for it. I feel like, if anything, it's not, you know, it's not a great fit for even for the rest of the reading. So I feel like in terms of body, mind, soul, health, I feel like, if anything, it could be that somebody is getting a little bit too tied up with like mental overwhelm. Like there's just too much going on. So you can see all these books that are just flying around. So I feel like there could be some sort of overwhelm mentally. And so, you know, the invitation for here is to, you know, again, it may well be to look at what boundaries are in place, whether you need space to have some downtime, or whether you know, actually need to just jump up and have some fun, you know, get your head out of the books and have some fun. So take that as it resonates. It's not really, there's not really a strong message that's coming through there. You know, there are the hummingbirds in this card here as well. So, you know, sometimes I get the feeling with the hummingbirds that they're just like, you know, like their little heart just goes so fast. So it may well be that, you know, like things are just going far too quickly. There's two ways of looking at that. So it could be that, you know, maybe you're sitting on the slightly over anxious side, but also it could well be that, you know, that these hummingbirds have such a high vibration, and that in terms of mental and emotional health, that you're actually aspiring to this new high vibration. We've got the full 2.0 card, which I'll talk about here in a moment. And that also, you know, that does lean into that energy as well. So I have talked about the Four of Wands in terms of your relationships. I do feel like that's definitely some sort of commitment, some sort of solid foundation to a relationship, maybe a marriage, engagement, etc., that's coming in or has come in for you recently. The Ten of Pentacles is in the position of your career and finances. So you will be feeling very, you know, very secure, very stable, very abundant in terms of what you've got around you. This Four of Wands may well put you in a place where you're feeling very, very provided for, very secure. You know, you've got your happy home kind of thing, right? The Ten of Pentacles is really your happy home, whatever that looks like for you. You know, whether that's, you know, mum, dad, alligator, and 2 kids, or whether that's, you know, whatever your relationship is, or even if it's you and your cat or whatever. But you feel like you've kind of got a really nice space around you. So, but what I will say is, with this full 2.0 card, is that there also may be an opportunity here in terms of, because this is in terms of career and finances, is that because you are coming from a place where you're feeling so secure and grounded and stable and safe, is that it puts you in a position where you can maybe explore taking a new leap of faith. Okay. So if you've not heard me or anyone talk about this extra card, it's an extra card in the Tarot of Curious Creatures, the Fool 2.0 card. And it's a card that it tells us that this is a new leap of faith. It's a new adventure. It's a new diving off the cliff into the unknown, all those grey fool stuff. But this little guy's already been around the block once, right? He's gone from the original Fool card right through to the World, to the end of the completion, the end of that cycle. So this little guy, this little dog, is jumping off the cliff with that wisdom under their belt, even though she's not wearing a belt. But, you know, metaphorically speaking, she's got that wisdom underneath her belt. And so she kind of knows, I guess, more, she can predict a little bit more about what this new adventure is going to look like. And so what that does is it opens up a potentiality for this new leap of faith to be an ascension, if you will. It's an opportunity to go, well, what else is out there? I've seen the world from Fool to the, you know, right through to the World card. So, I've been through all of that. So what else is out there? And often this card can indicate, similar to what I mentioned here with the Page of Swords, with those hummingbirds, is that high vibration. It can be an invitation for an ascension. It's an invitation for you to, maybe even start exploring into, meditation, or even, doing galactic journeys, or doing research into other worlds or timelines, or, listening to some of the esteemed teachers out there, or channels, or there's so much information. And I get the sense that because you have come to this place in your career finances that is quite stable and secure, that it's put you in this position where you can go, right, okay, now I'm ready to jump over here, okay, and over here is maybe a high vibration place. The Six of Wands is in the position of the outgoing energy for the week. So, and the energy taking us into next week as well. So, that's a really lovely card. It's a lovely card to get at any part of the reading, really, or in any reading, because it's really about taking a bow. It's about being acknowledged for your hard work. It's about being appreciated for who you are and what you've done, and the skills and the victory and all of that sort of thing. So, and again, if this Four of Wands, is some sort of celebration or contract or reunion, whatever it is, it may well be that you're kind of rocking it a little bit. So, and just enjoy it. Enjoy being in the spotlight for a little bit, and enjoy the accolades and the attention and all of that. All right, my darling Taurus, I do think that's about it. I hope you've had a good reading. I do hope it resonates. If it has, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next week. All right, my friends. Bye-bye.